A random man called me by my childhood nickname in a city I'd never been. "Hey, Cricket." The voice cut through the crowded street like a knife. I froze. No one had called me that since I was 8 years old. I spun around, heart hammering, and there he was. A man I'd never seen before, standing under the neon glow of a cafe sign in a city I'd never even visited until that morning. He smiled like he knew me, and my stomach dropped. I brushed it off, told myself I misheard. But then he repeated it, clear as day. Cricket. That nickname belonged to my mom alone. Nobody else had ever used it. I laughed awkwardly, said he must have me confused with someone else. He just smirked and walked away. The crowd around us shifted uneasily. A couple of people even glanced back at me, sensing something was off. That night, I couldn't shake it. I barely slept, replaying his voice in my head. I called my best friend Sam, told him what happened. He joked maybe it was a coincidence, but even he admitted the way I described the man gave him chills. I still can't believe I didn't run right then. 2 weeks later, it happened again. I was at a bookstore downtown, flipping through travel guides, when the same man brushed past me and whispered, "Cricket." His breath was cold against my ear. My knees nearly buckled. I spun around, but he slipped into the crowd before I could follow. People nearby noticed my pale face and asked if I was okay. I muttered something about being dizzy, but inside, panic clawed at my chest. By spring, I started spotting him everywhere, across the street, outside my office, once even near my apartment building. Each time, he didn't speak, just smiled knowingly. That should have been the final warning, but I kept convincing myself I was imagining it. Until the night he showed up at my company's happy hour. We were all gathered on the rooftop bar, music blasting, glasses clinking, laughter filled the air. Suddenly he was there, leaning against the railing, eyes locked on me. My coworkers noticed. One whispered, "Do you know that guy?" Another said, "He's been staring for 20 minutes. My pulse thundered. I couldn't breathe. Finally, I confronted him. My voice cracked as I asked how he knew that name. The rooftop went quiet, everyone turning to watch. He grinned and said, "Your mom used to call you that when you lived on Maple Street before everything happened." The words hit me like a train. Nobody in this city should have known that street, let alone my childhood nickname. And that's when I realized this stranger knew my past better than he should. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Sam grabbed my arm, whispering, "This isn't right." My boss muttered, "Call security." People edged back, leaving space around us. The man's smile faltered as 2 bouncers stormed over. I demanded to know who he was, but he only shrugged, muttering, "You'll find out soon enough." I still can't believe this actually happened. The bouncers dragged him out while the entire rooftop stared in silence, their drinks forgotten. Some co-workers shook their heads, others whispered, but everyone knew we'd witnessed something deeply wrong. Now, months later, I haven't seen him again. But whenever someone calls me by any nickname, people around me tense up, because they all remember the night a stranger called me by a name he was never supposed to know. And that nickname will never sound innocent again.